Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Why is it looping, man? Shouldn't be looping. Hold on. Oh shit. Why is it looping, man?
Oh yeah,
Shouldn't
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
looping.
yeah. That's why.
Hold on. Yeah. Right. Shalom. Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Waharaka Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honor to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And I want to play this video, and every once in a while we gotta get down on Esau, man. this devil, because he's been doing too much in the earth. He's been allowed to control the narrative for too long, and he really, he drinking his own Kool-Aid. He really think that he's the guy. All right. Now, I grew up among these Edomites, working class Edomites, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, these people are savages. They're heathens, 100%. All right. They're no, let me say this. Like, these Edomites are not a people to look up to. Do not listen. The last person you want to look up to and, you know, uh, mold yourself after is these damn devils. Anyway, Kal Halal Yahaba Shem Yahweh Waharaka Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. We're gonna get into it. So let's play this video. We're gonna get some scriptures, and we just gonna get on Esau right now. But this guy, the pride is too much. It's too much. So let's play this.
Let's stop this shit. China, they're supremacists. Muslims are supremacists. Africans can't stop telling us how they invented everything. And it's okay because it's not true,
Yeah, you see, Esau, for the longest while, what he did was, once he took power, in fact, let's get it. You see, it's okay to take power, right? Many nations have taken power. You can get one over on someone, but you see, Esau has to take it further. When Esau, was it Revelations 20? When Esau gained power in the earth, he basically tried to rewrite history, switch up the whole narrative, and make it look like he's always been in power. He whitewashed himself, so he declared himself to be white, which is witchcraft. All right, it's a play on words, because white means perfect, white means pure, good. All right, so it's a play on words, right? And then he began to whitewash anyone that done anything of note in history. All right. No one else did that. That was him. He did that. He's lied. He didn't just take power like a normal human being. Okay, it's my turn now. I'm running things. No, he took power and then he began to lie. Lie. All right. Let's get that in I believe it's Revelations 20. This is Revelations 20 and 7. We're gonna get straight to the point. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, which is 1,000 years represents the so-called dark ages when Jake had the supremacy in Europe. It says Satan, which is Esau, Edom, right? So-called white man. There's Satan. They're the adversary of the Most High and his people in the earth. Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations. That's what Esau has done. So the doctrine of so-called white supremacy is deception, because in order to do that, they pretty much had to lie about history. They deflect, flatter themselves, ignore any negative actions they do. All right, you see how they do things. When Esau does something, they'll always try and find a way to make it look like it's out of character, because he's just the good guy. He's Captain America. He's Superman. All right. So he deceived the nations. He acted in a completely heathenistic and barbaric way, but at the same time had the PR to make himself look like, oh, but no, I'm the enlightened one. I'm civilized. You're the heathen. You're the savage. You're the terrorist. Yeah, I'm civilized. I'm godly. You know, I'll start all the wars, but I'm peaceful. You're violent. You know, deceive the nations, and the nations receive that deception. That's why bleaching is a thing. That's why all over the world you have caste systems where people uphold and exalt Esau. They look to Esau for wisdom, for understanding, for science, not knowing that Esau's a liar and a thief and a murderer. And he really ain't that smart. He's a fool, and he's gonna go down in history as a fool, because it is written, the fool have said in his heart that there is no God. This man is a fool. All right. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sand of the sea. And we see in how Esau, Edom, he's the one that's got the supremacy in the earth, that's running all these intelligence agencies, that's got agents everywhere. He's the one that's pulling the strings. The Most High is using him to pull the strings, that's causing all these wars. And these very same wars that he's causing is going to lead to his end. And tell me that's not a fool. Esau Edom is the one that's orchestrating World War III, and World War III is going to lead to his own demise. Tell me that is not a fool. Tell me that is not an individual of low IQ. All right. But that's what Esau did. So-called white supremacy is deception. To believe that the so-called white woman is the princess of the earth, and she's just the most, that she's the best. She's the best of the best of the best, sir. And same thing with the so-called white man. They're the smartest. They're the most beautiful. They're the strongest. You know, they're the most noble. That's bullshit. I grew up around white women. That's absolute bullshit. That's not the case at all, but that is the deception. All right.
When they say they built the pyramids and invented everything, no one cares because we know it's not true.
Yeah, but you didn't build it, that's for sure. All right. But in the deception of the so-called white man, no one could do anything which is greater than him. This is the lie. No one. Esau is under the system that we've been living under and over the last 500 years. The greatest deception is Nobody can outdo Esau at anything. And if you do something that might be good or seemed as exalted, it's because of him, because he trained you or he gave you a platform. That is the lie and the deception that Esau's set up. That's why even in this thing of ours, people like Vocab Malone don't want to accept that we've been given the spiritual gifts, because his mindset is, if anybody is going to get the spiritual supremacy, it would have to be him, because they're so-called white supremacists. They don't believe that anyone else, especially the so-called Negro, can do anything of themselves, and especially do it of in any form of excellence. All right, that's them, and they set that up, and they put that into the minds of the people for hundreds of years. All right, one of the first things they did when they went over to the Americas was they destroyed the cities of our brothers over there and made them look like they were savages and they never had nothing. And then come to find out, they had great cities with great technology, but Esau destroyed it all. Esau destroyed all the writings of the Native American Indians because he didn't want it to be known that they were literate and could write. Esau's the devil. That's why this is why the scriptures call Esau the devil. We call Esau so-called white man the devil because he's a deceiver. He's completely lied and tried to switch the narrative to paint himself as the golden child, as the chosen one, as the superior people on the earth, when that's not true.
So no, white people need to take a little more pride in who we are. And we can't let people that have no affection for us, they have no affinity with us, we can't let them.
Now that's a lie. First of all, let's break this down. Esau is not the victim of hate. The nations, beginning with Israel, have loved this guy. Stockholm syndrome. It's just that it's coming to the point now where people are realizing that there's no point loving him because he's the devil. He was made to be hated. Now you could call this hate speech, but the fact of the matter is that Esau Edom was made to be a vessel unto hate. He was made to be hated by the Most High himself. Let's get the book. Let's get the Esau is supposed to be hated, and if you don't hate Esau, then there's something wrong with you. Then you either you're paid off or you don't know him, because to know Esau is to hate Esau. Esau has not done good to any people he's encountered on this planet Earth. There's not one people on this planet Earth that can say that the encountering Esau benefited them. All right, so let's get that in Obadiah, the 2nd chapter. Oh my God, let's go back. Esau, and we're gonna get Habakkuk too. Esau's the devil, man. Not Obadiah, the 2nd chapter. Sorry. I want actually no. I want Malachi. Salakia. Habakkuk 2nd chapter, and I want Malachi as well. We're gonna get back to Obadiah. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, and that's Esau Edom. They're a proud people, man. They really believe in their own lies and their own delusion. Neither keepeth at home. All right. The Edomite man and the Edomite woman, their inheritance in the earth is in the land of Edom in the Middle East. Yet they've found themselves scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, and everywhere they've been, death and evil has followed them. You want to talk about South Africa? We could talk about South Africa, Zimbabwe. We could talk about all these places. We could talk about Africa. We could talk about the Americas, South, Central, and North America. We could talk about Europe. We could talk about Asia. We could talk about the Pacific. It doesn't matter where this man has gone in the earth. Death and destruction has followed him. Death, destruction, hypocrisy, evil, batimanting. Because we know say that Esau is the ultimate bati boy in the earth, and that's a fact. Batimanting. Yeah. All right. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. He's extremely greedy, which is why he has managed to spread himself in the four corners of the earth through greed. No other people have colonized so many different areas of the earth. Esau has colonized the four corners of the earth because of his greed. He's a very greedy individual. All right. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right? The same man that's crying about immigration, they're the worst immigrants there's ever been on the planet Earth. Because when Esau immigrates to your country, he's gonna set out to overthrow you and oppress you in that country, and he might just completely take that country over and take your identity on top of that. And that's why Cleopatra was a so-called white woman, because Esau might take your country and your identity. Micah, the what was it, Micah the third chapter? Sorry, Micah the second chapter. Yeah, this is a fact. This is a fact. The Hamites ain't done nothing like that. Ishmael, all the nations you can speak of, ain't done nothing compared to what Esau's done in the earth. Esau's a menace in the earth. Oh, but he gaslights everyone else. No, you people are everyone else outside of Esau is the problem. He's an elite level gaslighter. All right. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Esau has stolen from every nation on the face of the Esau steal from man that's in the middle of the jungle. It's amazing. Esau steal from man that's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You think if you take a boat, yeah, and sail out into the largest ocean on the planet Earth, the Pacific Ocean, and you find some small island and you live there, you're like, all right, cool. Ain't nobody gonna mess with. Who the hell gonna come out here and mess with me? Yeah, Esau gonna do it. Esau has stolen and increased himself of the nations. That's why it says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. He has enlarged himself off the back of fraud and theft and bully tactics. But he wants to paint it like, no, we got all this wealth because we were just good elves. We were a race of elves, and we were just good and righteous and noble and fair, and that's why we got everything we got. That's the narrative they want you to believe, and everyone else is just a demon. All right. It says, and to him that laded himself with thick clay, which means debts. And Esau's got a heavy debt. He's got a monetary debt because of all. When you steal, it's a debt. And according to the law, when you steal, you're supposed to pay back 7 times. So Esau's in debt from all the stealing that he do. His system is based upon debt. And there's something called a blood debt too. If you didn't know, there's such a thing as a debt of blood, that Esau owes all the nations, beginning with Israel, blood, because he's a murderer. And they're still murdering people by the millions to this very day, and still justifying it, as they will. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? Awake that shall, because the nations for the longest while have been dancing to Esau's tune. But more and more, beginning with Israel, the nations are waking up to who this man really is. Like, he ain't changed. He's a savage. He's a devil. And thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. This is the reality of Edomite history. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land and of the city and of all that dwell therein. But Esau gonna point the finger. Everybody else is violent. Oh, look at the black man. The black, first of all, the Negro in America came up under your tutelage. So if the Negro in America is a menace, that's because of you, because you raised him. You damn devil. Hell out of here. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. And that's Esau, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. All right. It's these people, man.
Draw a line around what we're able to say about our own people. Oh, well, you're a white supremacist now. Sorry, bud. We don't want mud eaters in our country.
They don't want the so-called Haitians in America. First of all, ultimately, America was owned by the brethren of the so-called Haitians, which is the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, and they used to trade with each other and dwell as brothers. But I get it. You stole the land and now it belongs to you. And apparently you don't want the Haitians in your land. But guess what? The Lord is going to bring more so-called Haitians into America because we're in the time of judgment. And some of them are going to make it on a chariot and some of them are going to be destroyed in America. But all of you are going to be destroyed in America. All right. And you disrespecting them, calling them mud eaters. We're going to find out who the mud eaters are when the Lord brings famine in America. And we're going to see what you're going to eat.
Try not being a cannibal. Try not living in open sewage.
First of all, you see what I mean? So his thing is, anyone else outside of Esau, they just live in sewage for no reason, open sewage for no reason. Like Esau doesn't have a history of living in open sewage. Like when they were building up the colonies, there wasn't open sewage. It's this idea that everyone else is just inferior because they're just inferior. Cannibalism. Well, Esau's a cannibalism. Your elites are cannibals. All right. You can go and research Marquis de Sade. He exposed, because he was one of them. The elites of Esau are all satanic, flesh-eating, sex crime demons. And that's where you get the term sadomachinist. It actually comes from Marquis de Sade. And there's a movie called 100 Days of Sodom. You Edomites are cannibals. That's why a whole bunch of children and a whole bunch of people always be going missing in America and in Europe. And a lot of them are getting nyam off because they deal with the dark arts. It says Marquis de Sade was a French writer, libertine, political activist, and nobleman, best known for his libertine novels and imprisonment for sex crimes, blasphemy, and pornography. His works include novels, short stories, plays, dialogues, and political tracts. Right? This guy here, he was part of the nobility, the Edomites at the time, nobility, right? And it's the same now with these Edomite nobles. Right? These Edomites are into all kind of wickedness, man. Talking about some cannibals, man. Esau is one of the biggest cannibals there's ever been in the history of the planet. We know this. Anyway, let's keep it going. I want to get to some points.
Then you can complain. Why don't you go number 2 in a toilet?
Because Edomites only use toilets. That's a lie. This is in the UK, right? Listen, these Edomites, man, when they go out on a Friday, Saturday night, they're doing the most madness. And they're known for going on holiday in these different Spanish islands and leaving vomit and piss and shit everywhere. Esau is just an asshole, man. Beaches lined with rubbish, poo, vomit, and urine after thousands gather on a hot weekend. Look who it is. But according to him, it's just the Haitians. That's why Esau got to go. This is madness. Look who it is. I thought these were the elves. I thought they don't do nothing like that. They're so civilized. This is BS, man. We don't believe you no more. Bunch of scum.
Learn how to read.
Learn how to read. Check the literacy rates in America among so-called white people. And even if you know how to read, that don't mean that you're intelligent, because you're destroying your own civilization, you idiots.
Start cooking your food, which doesn't come from other human beings' flesh.
Yeah, okay, because you see what I mean? Yes, this guy, man.
And build a 21st century structure that's not made out of debris. Then you can tell us about equality. Then we welcome you to the table.
See, so in their mind, no other nation will ever be equal to them because they're superior. When in actual fact, these people are the lowest of all people. They are, if you was to, Edom should be at the bottom of all people. This is the craziest thing. The world is upside down.
Until then, shut up. Shut up. You're taking us backwards.
Yeah, okay, so see, there you go. So you see Esau's kingdom and their system is falling apart, and everyone else is to blame. It's everyone else to blame. It's you Negroes are to blame, you Latinos are to blame, you Native American Indians are to blame, everyone else is to blame, because the world is pulling Esau back, because this is bullshit. All right, let's get the scripture, the main scripture I want to pull. Where we at? This is Psalms 36:1. It says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, right, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. All right, Esau flattereth himself. He really looks at himself as more than he actually is. And a lot of you people out there believe it. But you see, now people are starting to wake up and starting to see these people for what they really are, to see them as they truly are. All right. It says, flatter yourself is an idiom that means to believe something good about yourself, even if it might not be true. And that's what Esau does. He flattereth himself. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. All right, because under the system of so-called white supremacy, they use that to justify all the evil they've done in the earth. They used it to the so-called white supremacy to justify stealing, murdering, adultery, you name it. He deviseth mischief upon his bed, and he setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. You see? These people will tell you that we're violent people. World War I, which was set up by Esau, Edom, and a war fought between these Edomites, 40 million people. Yeah. Total military and civilian casualties of World War I was around 40 million people. And this war was between two sets of Edomite cousins. This was between two Edomite cousins. Yeah. 40 million people, including 20 million deaths, right? And 21 million wounded. The death toll was made up of military personnel and civilians. That's World War I. But everyone else is violent. Everyone else is violent. We're the problem, right? World War II. The total number of people who died during World War II is estimated to be between 70 to 85 million. Yeah. But Esau's always ready to point the finger. Everybody else is violent. Now check this out. It says, because the Cold War, when you go to the Cold War began in 1947. So Esau couldn't even keep peace for 2 years. 1945, Russia and America were allies, and by which is prophecy, by 1947, America and Russia were now at war, and they had proxy wars. So most of the wars, after 1947 to this day in the earth are proxy wars, wars which are manipulated and set up by intelligence agencies of Esau. Mossad, CIA, MI6, KGB. This is a fact. This is a known fact. All these wars, Esau is the one dibbling and dabbling. But where the violent, us, because we got a few gangs, and check the numbers of people that actually die from gang violence. It's nowhere near in the millions. But we're the violent ones. We're just so violent. We are. We're just super violent. Meanwhile, these men are causing war on a global scale. Even to this day, have they not killed 40,000 Palestinians in 3-4 months or something like that? But we're just violent people, right? Everyone else is just violent. All right, there is no exact number of the total death toll of the Cold War because it was not a true war, but people did die in proxy wars that were fought during this period. However, there are some estimates for the number of deaths in the Soviet Union and other related events. Right. Let me jump down here. It says Joshua Goldstein, so he's one of them, of Foreign Policy magazine, estimated 180,000 deaths per year, or over 7 million. The Association of Responsible Dissent, made up of ex-CIA agents, estimates 6 million deaths by U.S. actions during the Cold War. But we're the violent people. You know what I'm saying? We're the valiant people. We're just, we're the savages. We're the stupid people. But this guy can go around killing and murdering and stealing, and he's the fucking elves. He's just this righteous, pure individual that everybody needs to look up to, and he's never to be blamed. It's a joke. All right, it's cannibalism in Europe. It says cannibalism in Europe. Right. I wanted to get this part. In early modern Europe, the consumption of body parts and blood for medical purposes became popular, reaching its height during the 17th century. So that's Esau's rulership. This practice continued in some cases into the second half of the 19th century. And like I said, it's still going on, but everyone else is a cannibal, right? Yeah. This is what the scriptures say about Esau, man. Hebrews 12:16, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Esau is profane. He's a fornicator. He's a beast. The Edomite man and the Edomite woman, they are demons. Don't believe the hype. They can be as clean as you like in terms of they'll wear nice clothes and all that stuff. But you look behind the closed doors, you're gonna see madness. Let me show you something. This is the people that's civilized. And oh my goodness. This is civilization. This guy is gassing up. These are supremacist people.
2-year-old Tom works as a sound and lighting technician for a local theatre. But after a long day at the office, this is where he likes to sleep.
I can actually fit in quite successfully. And to be honest with you, from there on in, uncomfortable.
It doesn't look very comfortable.
It's bizarre. It doesn't look comfortable. But then, I mean, you can shuffle around. You can make yourself a different shape and curl up differently, swap the corners, go to the opposite side. It looks bijou, but actually there's a lot more space in here than you really think.
For the past 10 years, Tom has spent every spare moment becoming a dog.
If I'm in here for a long time, if facilities needed.
You know, these these guys, these Edomites, right? They're known to be the guys that's hiring all these dominatrixes and buying farts. Did I find that? Right? Making these women rich, buying farts, buying poo, having women poo on them. They have a very perverse nature, right? Even it's known, like you can, like when I was growing up, it was known like don't go to no sleepovers with these Edomites because they're gonna do weird shit. Like they might put their penis in your mouth, they might use your toothbrush on purpose. Always doing some weirdo, freaky stuff. That's what these Edomites' nature is. They draw penises everywhere. They draw penises all over the table. They draw penises in the damn toilets. Right? I remember when I was in uni, we was up in the pub. After football, it was me, and I was chilling with some Elam at the time, and these Edomites came in from rugby, and they took one of the man's nut cups, jock strap or whatever, the nut cup here. You know, the thing that man's all sweating their balls in, funky nut cap. And every man, I watched them. Every man took the last bit of each one of their beers, put it in the nut cup, and one of them drank it. I've got videos man sent me in the World Cup where 3 Edomites were laid on top of each other, and they poured beer down their naked ass cracks, and there was an Edomite underneath it drinking it. Like these Edomites are always doing madness, but it's like you're meant to just ignore all that and oh no, but they're just civilized. Get the hell out of here, man. We don't believe it no more. They're the most profane, and that includes their women. Bestiality, all of that, man. Pedophilia. These are the mans that love the trannies. These are the men that's going to Philippines and going to Brazil and all these different places. I've seen the documentaries, and they asked the young boys that's the tranny, like, well, who are your clients? And the man looked at the white man and said, people that look like you. Who do you think that's traveling all over, traveling to the Philippines and all that, doing all that madness, all that freaky business, and then come back here wearing a suit and act like they're civilized? Get the hell out of here, man. And they used to do that in Rome too. It was known like before Rome actually just fell into complete decadence, the Romans used to go on a holiday in Egypt and do all the freaky stuff in Egypt. So Esau ain't changed. Esau is the worst of the heathen, but he's walking around on the earth like he's the chief. You know, it's crazy. No, we're not having it, man. Pointing the finger. You're the last one that should be pointing the finger at anyone. I'll tell you that for free. This is Ezekiel 7:24. This is what happened to our people. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. That's you Edomites. You're the worst of the heathen. And they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. The Lord sent upon us the worst of the heathen, and that's what you Edomites represent. You're the worst of all people. You're not the best. You're not the pinnacle. You're not the standard. You buy farts. Yeah, you uh, you know, but you see, they want to ignore all this so they could stand up there and grandstand and flatter themselves before the eyes of the people and look down on everyone else because they might be impoverished and look down on everyone. Oh, look what we done. We're so great. Edomites, are about to go down and go down hard. And in the kingdom, all this lies that you told are going to be undone. You're going to be revealed, and you're being revealed for who you really are. A bunch of fart smellers, a bunch of low life, low grade, profane, heathenistic, satanic demons that tried to build a civilization, and it all went up in smoke because you ain't that smart. You're only good at destroying yourself, and that's what you're gonna get props for. How you can sabotage yourself through your own evil and your own greed. Devils, man. Well, I'm gonna get what scripture was I thinking of just now? Just to round off these devils, man. These devils get on my nerves, man. They really think they're somebody, man. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to get. You're the man of sin, man. Bunch of body boys coming trying to act like you're civilized. How's a bunch of body man coming try to talk to man about how you're civilized? Unbelievable. Right? 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and a man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's you. You're the son of perdition. You were made to be destroyed, and you will be destroyed, because there's no place for you in the kingdom of heaven. There's no need for you. We got the other nations, they gonna be here. We could work with the other nations. We can't work with you, and we're not going to. You're gonna go into slavery for a period of years, and then you're gonna be erased from paradise because you're not needed. You're a blot. You bunch of fart smellers, man. You freaky fart smelling, dog licking demons, man. And it's a kick in the face to see these people really grandstand above us, man. That's why we gotta get our shit together when it comes to Yahweh Shai and taking our rightful place as the perfect, as the real white. See, we're gonna be the real white people in the earth, the real perfect people. This man is far from perfect. It's a travesty, man. This guy really grandstanding. Bunch of Porky the Pig, pink cornmeal looking demons with yuck mouth running around thinking that they're something when they're nothing. It's a joke. Disrespecting the tribe of Levi. That's crazy. These people, they ain't never done righteousness a day in their life, and they're disrespecting the tribe of Levi. They're gonna find out, man. Let's finish off with this scripture because I like it, because it's gonna get to the point. This is Psalms 37:28. It says, for the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. You Edomites are going to be cut off. And good riddance, man, because you're not needed. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be the greatest civilization that there ever will be. And you're not going to be part of it. You don't deserve it. You don't even deserve really to be at the bottom in the kingdom of heaven. That's why you're going to be exterminated. The dog and the cat and the puss and the lion and all these different animals, even they're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. You going to exit stage left. And I can see why, because you're too proud. You got to go. Anyway, enough about these fart sniffers. Lord willing, brothers, been edified, man. You know, you gotta keep that attitude when it comes to Esau, man. Don't put this demon on a pedestal, not even for a minute. He don't belong there. All right. Yahweh Shai is the one that should be on the pedestal. Yahweh Shai is perfect. All right. So if that, I'm going to say Shalom. Ahala Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Waharakah Kadash. And double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom.